393, in the year 393, these are some historical things that happened on this very day. The Roman Emperor Theodosius I proclaimed his 9-year-old son Honorius co-emperor, which is bizarre, really. I think if that happened these days, if someone like Nicolas Sarkozy was to say, le putain, c'est jamais parfait quand nous partons, je m'appelle de rester ici, and now my son, he was going to be president of France as well. But back then, I suppose they didn't scoff at it so much. 971 in China, the War Elephant Corps of the Southern Han to try to defeat, they were defeated at Xiao by crossbow fire from Song Dynasty troops. The Southern Han state is forced to submit to the Song Dynasty, ending not only Southern Han rule, but also the first regular War Elephant Corps employed in a Chinese army that had gained the Southern Han victories throughout the 10th century. Now, if you are still alive after that boring fact and haven't slipped into a coma, we're going to look at a little bit of news here. I'm just looking through one of the rags that they're giving to us on the Lewis in the morning. Aldi. There's a picture of Aldi. There's some meat and some potatoes. That's exciting. Not much else to say about that, really. Garth Brooks is playing in Croke Park, which is, of course, French for the Park of the Crow. He'll be playing also, apparently, in Ray's Pizza every night at 2 a.m. for the rest of the year. That's a made-up fact. Moving on, there's a big sale somewhere that sells microwaves and things like that, which has blown my mind right now. There's another headline here that caught my attention earlier on. A little bit strange. Women who are coy about their age are only hurting the rest of us. Which is something I found to be a little bit of abrasive as a title. I'm going to leave you with that one, and we're going to go into a song. Here's a little bit of Colours of the Wind from my very good friend Pocahontas. Nice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah,
You think you own whatever land you land on.
great music.
But I know every rock and tree and mountain has a name.
But The Little Mermaid, that's my wife's favourite one.
Some solid Disney film
Yeah.
soundtracks on Groove Shark, man.
She loves the Little Mermaid.
I was always strangely attracted to Ariel, the Little Mermaid. Is that weird?
Merman.
I'd love to be a merman
Yeah.
because I'm Pisces as well, so that kind of.
If you look at Jessica Rabbit,
Oh, get out of here!
you'd love to be a cartoon character.
It's the redhead cartoon characters
The redhead.
that were always really attractive.
Yeah.
Actually, that's.
Even some of the actresses nowadays are redhead and gorgeous.
Oh man, I'm a dinger for redheads.
Oh,
It's.
yeah. I think it just doesn't work as well in blokes.
Do you not think so?
No, some blokes now, I think, and they get such a hard time. Like,
But when you get a good red gentleman,
yeah,
he's a solid red gentleman. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense whatsoever.
I have to watching movies with my wife. Like, she loves the likes of Bruce Willis, and because he's older and he's mature. And along comes like Ben Affleck or something, and she goes, "It's just he's a boy."
Oh, she's not it. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because when we watched
Bruce Willis and who else is it? George Clooney. Girls love George Clooney.
mature man. Because when we watched The Expendables first, because my wife loves, she's from South Africa, but she loves all the action heroes. Arnie would be one of our biggest ones. And when
Arnie?
The Expendables, when they had like 4 or 5 different actors, and she was sitting there.
Looking at Arnie.
Oh yeah, she loves him. Apparently when she
Arnie, man, pumping iron.
apparently when she was in primary school, was it? Like, and the teacher was asking the kids, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And
Don't tell me she said Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, she said she wants to be a ninja.
That's a pretty good one.
So,
Ninja.
a ninja. So I think the teacher was a bit worried about.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
Very,
You will never know. Look at the colors of the newborn moon.
it'd be great to write music like that for the movies.
It's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, great.
It used to be very. You'd love to make it.
Oh, I'd love to be able to do something like that. But
Wind, can
we can do the fade down again if you want.
Say again.
Do the fade down.
Oh, lovely.
Whenever you're.
Here we go.
Want to talk about it.
Wind. Thanks, Pocahontas, you bloody legend. We were just discussing, actually, myself and my compatriots here, the attractiveness of Disney characters, especially Ariel from the Little Mermaid. She was one of my favorites growing up. They're very well drawn. They seem to be magnanimous characters. They seem to be very, very well put together, very well structured as kind of oil paintings of human beings. Really interesting characters. And then another thing came up. What would you like to be when you're older? When I was a young boy, I wanted to be a Disney character when I was older. And in many ways, I have, I guess you could say. Some people wanted to be ninjas when they were older. Ninja, Mulan, Asia. Girls fighting for their father's honor in their father's name. So that's something to just throw it into the mix. Throw it into the mix. Keep thinking about it. If you're walking around the rest of the day, you might stumble across a scone on the floor. You might pick it up and say, "This reminds me of that time I heard Aaron Heffernan talking this morning about being a ninja and possibly being a Disney character when you're older." And you might eat the scone. You might just leave it where it is. Just say, "No, I've got work to do. I've got good jobs to be on. I'm a professional human being, and I don't just eat scones off the street." Speaking of scones, here's a word from Al Pacino. I don't know what to say, really. 3 minutes to the biggest battle of our professional lives. It all comes down to today. Either we heal now as a team, or we are going to crumble. Inch by inch, play by play, till we're finished. We're in hell right now, gentlemen. Believe me, and we can stay here and get this kicked out of us, or we can fight our way back to the light. We can climb out of hell 1 inch at a time and climb back. Now, I can't do it for you. I'm too old. I look around and I see these young faces, and I think, I mean, I made every wrong turn a middle-aged man can make. I threw away all my money, believe it or not. I chased off anyone who ever loved me. And lately, I can't even stand the face I see in the mirror. Hoo-ha! When you get old, in life, things are taken from you. That's a part of life. But when you start losing stuff, that's how life treats you. You find out that life is just a game of inches. So is football. Because in either game, life or football, 1/2 step too late or too early, you don't quite make it. 1/2 step a second too slow or too fast, and you don't quite catch it. The inches we face are all around us. They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second. On this team, we fight for that inch. On this team, we tear ourselves and everyone around us for a piece of that inch. That's football, gentlemen. That's all it is. Okay, thanks. Thanks for that, Al Pacino. Didn't know you were coming into DSM this morning. DSM, double subject moderatorship is what that means. In the college I went to, DSM is probably not really an acronym. An anachronism, that's the wrong word for it. An anagram. Anagram, maybe. Dublin South FM, DSFM.